poultry keepers, and welcome to another video. I want to talk to you today about a subject that comes up from time to time, and I see it posted frequently, is that how far in advance should I start conditioning my birds for a show? Well, really the secret to that, it's all in the timing. And by that I mean, if you know you want to show at a particular show, let's say in November. Now, hopefully you know, and if not, you'll figure it out, how long it takes you to mature a bird for them to be in top shape from the time they hatch until they're ready to show. And by top shape, I mean they're fully feathered, fully fleshed, and you can just look at them and tell they are in tip-top shape. And birds like that require very, very little conditioning or grooming, actually, to have them take it up another notch in the showroom for you. Now, Edgar Mongo suggested that I talk about this during our last live, and the more I thought about it, I thought, golly, that's a really great subject, and we really need to probably do that as a separate video. So here goes, and thank you, Edgar, by the way, for your suggestion. In my case, I was showing Rhode Island Reds when this particular incident happened to me. We had a large district meet coming up in Lake City, Florida. And back in those days, we had really hot competition in large fowl Rhode Island Reds in the Southeast. As it turned out, we wound up with a class of 26 pullets, and I had brought 4. And those 4 pullets I brought were well feathered and well fleshed, and they were really just beautiful birds. Now, I had always heard that it was really good if you could time it where the pullets would lay their first eggs during the show, and I thought, oh, that would be hard to do. But in that class of 26 pullets, I wound up with first, second, third, and 5th place pullets. Now, as it turned out, the first, second, and 3rd place pullets laid their first eggs on Saturday during the show. That was really much more about luck than it was timing on my part and careful preparation. But that's the way it worked out. Now, not only did I have first, second, and 3rd place pullets, but the first and second place pullets went on to win best of variety and best of breed, respectively. And that first place pullet that was best of breed went on to win Champion American. And then she was later selected as Champion Large Fowl. And then ultimately she wound up being the show champion of the entire show. I mean, that was the icing on the cake for me, and that's when I became a believer. Now, my Rhode Island Reds, I knew that cockerels, for example, it would take 11 months for a cockerel to be fully mature and ready to show and in peak condition. Females, on the other hand, would take 6 to 7 months. And as it turned out, when I got to checking band numbers when I got back home, those 4 pullets that I took were exactly 6.5 months old when I took them to the show. So that really made an impression on yours truly. So here's what I suggest. If you want birds that are in top shape and ready to show, time your hatches. Now, I'm not talking about down to the minute and the hour, but I'm talking about the weeks and the months. Let's say you've got a big show coming up in November. So in my case, I knew that I needed to hatch the males, counting backwards, 11 months, late December, very early January at the latest. And for the females, count back 6 months, 7 months, and hatch those accordingly. That means I wasn't hatching males and females for the same show at the same time, because the males would never be ready in 6 to 7 months. If you don't know how long it takes your line of birds to mature, that's okay. You'll figure it out in a year or so. It just takes a little careful observation and a little patience on your part, but it will work. And not only for exhibition birds, But if you want pullets, let's say, to start laying during the late summer, let's say July, then you need to hatch those pullets in January if it takes that 6 to 7 months. If you want to have males ready to process, you want to go backwards about 16 to 20 weeks, depending on the breed that you're working with for heritage breeds. But that kind of planning does work, and it does pay off, and it's not really hard to do. Just like so many other things in life, it's all about timing. Now, some folks would say this is the secret or this is a trick. I like to think of it more as it's just plain common sense, just knowing your birds, being familiar with how they develop and how they perform, and taking advantage of that and applying that to give you the best possible leg up when it comes to showing your birds. So now, I hope you've enjoyed this quick video. Now, we've got it archived on YouTube. That's where you're watching this from. Well, I would encourage you to go over to our YouTube channel and just take a minute and click on subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then that little bell notification down on the lower right there, click on that. That way you'll be notified anytime we upload all new content. You won't miss a video, you won't miss a live stream. You'll get a notification every single time, guaranteed. Until next time, keep enjoying your birds, have fun with them, and enjoy this hobby, because there's nothing any more fun. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. We hope you've enjoyed this presentation by Poultry Keepers 360. All rights are reserved. This production has been made possible in part through the generous support of the Fur Trail Company, manufacturers of gardening and livestock products that are better naturally.